crowd as we begin the best-of-7 opening round series between these two teams. The first home playoff game for the fans, so much fun, and they are fired up as we look at our Domino's playoff tracker. Eastern Conference so much tougher this year. And here are the 8 teams in the postseason. Atlanta defeating Boston that went right down to the wire yesterday. And Indiana with the upset. In Toronto, Miami and Charlotte will kick off their series later tonight. Hello, everyone. Along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand, Lisa Salters with us as well. Tyronn Lue, now the head coach of the Cavaliers, coaching his first playoff game as the head man. As look at Lisa, our starting lineups brought to you by Taco Bell. And the starting 5 for Detroit. And again, the only one that's played in the playoffs is Reggie Jackson. Caldwell Pope, Harris, Morris, and Drummond making their NBA postseason debut here in Cleveland. And the Cavaliers starting 5 will include Tristan Thompson, as Thompson has been designated the starting center for this team. That's what Tyronn Lue has said. Cavaliers team that was so good at home, 33. And a timeout call by Tyronn Lue as the Pistons have weathered that first hit. With 6.5 remaining, they've hit 6 of their first 9 to start the game. With basketball operations, only 2 players remaining from that initial roster. Made some very strong trades to bring in a number of players. Jackson, Morris, and Harris all now in the starting lineup for the Pistons. And Stanley Johnson, a talented young player out of Arizona, a couple of good second-round picks. And as we mentioned, they went from 32 to... And a foul called on the floor. I believe it's going to be Reggie Jackson. And we'll take a timeout.
See, LeBron James, we know he can score the basketball, but all-time great as far as passing the basketball from the front court position. Finds Delly, puts him in position to hit that lob.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by the Ford Transit, built Ford tough, and Taco Bell's new Quesalupa. It has everyone talking. What are you waiting for?
Time for today's home court advantage, brought to you by Lowe's. The Cavaliers so tough at home, but LeBron James maybe getting the benefit of the doubt mark.
Take maybe out. I mean, that's a blatant shove of the left arm into the body of Reggie Jackson. And then this is good defense. Moving his feet, and look at that. That's contact initiated by LeBron James. That's 2 fouls. That's 2 fouls on the best player on the floor that you did not get.
There's the cut, there's the layup, off the glass, at the buzzer. Good call, coach. 10 points in the first quarter for LeBron James.
Well, this is a mistake in coverage by Steve Blake. This is supposed to be a switch. Instead, it's a walk down the lane. Beautiful execution by the Cavs. And a good shot by James up and over Drummond for the lead.
Review brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors. Moments ago, Stan Van Johnson drills another 3. How about the Piston bench? 14 points already, and Detroit backed up by 6.
Back-to-back outstanding finds from Steve Blake, making plays in the half court and also in transition. Gets into the seam. That's an on-point pass. Johnson does the rest. And previous possession, catches the basketball up the double team, cross court. 3-ball corner pocket. I call that good basketball.
NBA playoffs continue on ESPN. 3-game 3, 7 Eastern. The Cavs and Pistons will be at the Palace at Auburn Hills. Then at 8 on ESPN2. That Hawks-Celtics series from Boston. And 9:30 back on ESPN. Spurs and Grizzlies from Memphis, Tennessee. You know all the stories so far here in this game 1. The hot shooting of Detroit, 62% timeout.
Good, smart, intelligent basketball. You get the switch, you back in the smaller Reggie Jackson, the double comes, you space the floor properly, you find Kevin Love, and then at the other end, nice find, simple pass by Reggie Jackson to an on-fire Marcus Morris, 50 all here in the queue.
Brought to you by Metro BCS. How about the Pistons offense, Mark?
Great quality offense. Dribble penetration, draw 4 guys. There's an open guy in the corner. Simple basketball. Don't panic because of the moment. Double team, get rid of the basketball. Swing, swing. Wind up with a wide open shot in the corner. And dribble penetration again. Look at the beautiful, crisp ball movement. You Stan Van Gundy, you got to be satisfied.
Detroit 61% shooting from the field.
Getting it from multiple guys all throughout that lineup. This time it's Tobias Harris catching the basketball. I love the fact that he caught it on the run, on the move, got to his spot. Beautiful lefty layup.
Tonight, the rivalry continues. ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. As Buster Posey and the Giants take on Adrian Gonzalez and the Dodgers. Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN tonight at 8 Eastern. James and the Cavs. And that will end the first half. And what a terrific start for the Detroit Pistons. Playing in their very first NBA postseason game. 19 for Morris, 13 for Caldwell Pope. And Detroit shoots 10 of 16 from three-point range, 62%. Game 1 for Cleveland. Pistons lead it by 5. Stay tuned. The halftime report coming up next from LA.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by the new 2016 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. Make your drive a sport. And Speed Stick. Game on.
Go back to Cleveland. Game 1 from the Quicken Loans Arena between the Cavs and the Pistons in Detroit. 6-year absence from the playoffs. What a start. Terrific first couple of quarters. They lead 58-53. Shoot the lights out, especially from three-point range. Can't get much better offensively than that, Jeff. That's a good defensive sequence there from the Cavaliers. And a timeout.
Well, in transition, Drummond gets on the run to the rim. Thompson commits up. And a nice lob from Reggie Jackson to Andre Drummond.
Back to Cleveland, game 1, as LeBron James playing his 179th postseason game. And this is Michael Jordan's numbers through his first 179 playoff games. 2 of the greatest to ever play. And both making 6 finals. Meanwhile, James doing a little bit of everything tonight.
Both guys great. But one guy could play the point guard position. With all due respect. Look at these passes. Coach talked about it, fundamentally sound, on point, precise, getting it done, the double team, the recognizing a guy is open. Simple basketball, 8 big assists. Again, not many point guards can make that pass. The guy will end up being perhaps the greatest scorer, or the leading scorer of all time.
But just couldn't finish. And we'll take a timeout. All tied up. Fun game here in Cleveland.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by Ford. Go further. And Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Baseball on ESPN. Don't miss Sports Center at night. John Butchergrass, John Anderson, Steve Levy. All the NBA playoff highlights, including this game, as well as NHL playoffs. And Major League Baseball. Sports Center at night after Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. You never know how a rookie's going to respond in his first playoff game.
Well, Stanley Johnson had his struggles after coming back from injury, but he has competed hard tonight. He's made 3 threes. He's had the unenviable task of having to match up against LeBron James, but Mike, sometimes irrational confidence is good. And if you were thinking, hey, I'm guarding LeBron James, I played in 1 playoff game, this guy's played in 179, you may back down, but there's been no back down in Stanley Johnson. He's big, he's strong, and he's competing hard.
He was the 8th overall pick, one of the youngest, and that will end the 3rd period. A game that has had 16 lead changes and 18 ties. Detroit battling here on the road. Maybe some big play from some of the youngsters. 19-year-old rookie Stanley Johnson, 9.7 rebounds off the bench. And Andre Drummond, the league leader in doubles this year, He's got one here in game one. As this presentation of the NBA playoffs continues after this message and a word from our ABC station.
Welcome back to Cleveland, where the Pistons...
And a quick timeout, less than a minute into the fourth, as Detroit equals their largest lead of the game.
Again, the bench for the Pistons, holding the fort down and increasing the lead. Blake finding Bullock on the opposite side with great pace. Good offense from the Pistons.
Cavaliers on a 7-0 run to tie it at 83. Sparked by some very good offensive ball movement here. Good back cut by James. Extra passes all over the place. James most likely could have taken this one on a layup, but again, ignites another ball reversal to the Dellavedova long two. That inspires giving up the basketball. When you give up good shots to get a game.
Timeout, Cleveland. Back and forth, these two teams going. The 21st tie of the game with 6:28 remaining.
Listen, this is not an ideal shot, but if you are Detroit, you're not going to out-execute the Cavaliers. You got to play with speed and force and pace and with a swagger that doesn't worry about failure.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by the all-new 2016 Honda Civic.
The NBA playoffs continue Friday on ESPN. 3-game threes, 7 Eastern. The Cavs and Pistons from the Palace of Auburn Hills, 8 on ESPN2. Hawks and Celtics from Boston. And then 9:30 on ESPN, Spurs and Grizzlies from Memphis. Those will be all game threes. Let's listen to Stan Van Gundy's latest huddle. It's only his 5th career playoff game. And he has been just superb here this afternoon, 28-12. Last year he played very well in that opening round against Boston, but again, game 4, dislocated his left shoulder and was done. But he has responded with a huge game.
And they've gone away from Mozgov in the second half. Kevin Love.
It's simple basketball for the Cavs. It's high screen and roll, and Uncle Drew is putting on a clinic. Gets to his spot, the ability to finish in traffic.
Stan Van Gundy's team now down 5 with 2:35 remaining here in game 1 from Cleveland. I know you're not enjoying this one. Pistons down 6 with the ball.
Running a little hawk action, and when they switch, LeBron says, this is the matchup that I want. He is taking over this game. Yes, LeBron James.
Welcome back to game 1 from Cleveland, Ohio, the Quicken Loans Arena. Eastern Conference much improved this year. A lot of tough first-round matchups, as Detroit is proving, as Indiana has already proven from yesterday. Miami and Charlotte will start tonight. In day 2 of the 2016 NBA playoffs. Right now, the Pistons down by 6, 35.4 remaining. What's the strategy here for Detroit?
Mike.
First game of this best of 7 series. Love and the Cavs emerge victorious. So the home team winning in Cleveland and Atlanta, the road team winning in the Indiana-Toronto series. Miami and Charlotte, game 1 coming up tonight on TNT. Final score here from the Quicken Loans Arena. The Cavaliers overcome a 7-point fourth quarter deficit and defeat the Pistons 106-101. For Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Jackson, Lisa Salters, our producer Tim Corrigan, our director Jimmy Moore, and our outstanding ABC crew, Mike Breen saying thanks so much for watching ABC, home of the NBA Finals.